Hello, everybody. Rob Goody here of the MLM Solution. As you know, each and every day, Monday through Friday, we go live at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And right now, it is Tuesday, March 16th at 10:57 a.m. And today's subject matter is going to be a continuation of yesterday's. As you know, yesterday, here there it is. For all of you on the podcast, I'm pointing at the ticker. And this is podcast number 147, Network Marketing by the Numbers. And it's going to be part 2. Yesterday, we went through a series of numbers that you needed to know about because, as I said yesterday, if you don't know the numbers, you're at a major disadvantage in trying to build this business. Look, the numbers are going to work for you or against you. If you don't know what the numbers are, guess what? You're going to be putting in a foundation of success that's going to be eaten away by the fact that you're not doing the numbers correctly. Look, you need to understand how this business works, how the numbers work in this business, which numbers you want to work with, and how to make them work with you instead of against you, because they're going to do that. They don't care who you are. They don't care what your knowledge and experience is. If you're not using them or using them correctly, you're at a major disadvantage. All right, with that being said, guys, if you will, please utilize our hashtag, the MLM Solution. That's hashtag, the MLM Solution. You can see it there in the ticker to help our fellow network marketers find us on our various social media platforms. And as you know, we stream live each and every day, Monday through Friday, to our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. If you will, go there, subscribe to our channels, share our information so our fellow network marketers can get access to this wonderful information as well. All right. So you do not want to miss today's episode. We're going to take a deep dive into that subject matter. It's this part 2 of the numbers of network marketing, one of the most important and critical parts of the business building process. You do not want to miss that. All right. With that being said, guys, I'm going to hop off here. I'll see you very shortly. Once again, Marie will not be here today, but we will continue to move forward and do her proud. Talk to you in a bit.
Welcome to the MLM Solution Podcast Show, where you'll learn the facts and hear the truth about the network marketing industry. Here's your host, Rob Goody.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's podcast. We're glad to have you aboard. Once again, guys, I want to say thank you for all that you've done for us in regards to sharing our podcast with others, getting the information out to our fellow network marketers across the globe. We're so thankful and grateful for what you do. As you know, the algorithms help us out when you guys share. And the only way that we can get this message out across the globe is with your help. So please subscribe to our both of our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. And if you will, hit the little bell twice on our when you go to our YouTube channel. There we go. Okay. Because when you do, you get notified when we go live, and you get notified when we upload new content. All right. With that being said, guys, we want to make sure that you understand what's going on, that you understand how this business works. And we're going to cover the numbers today. As you can see, this is podcast number 147, Network Marketing by the Numbers, part 2. Yesterday, which was the 15th of March, you got exposed to the first wave of important numbers in the network marketing business model. Today, we're going to finish that off. If you like what you hear, you understand what we're talking about, and you can see where this can help you, please give us a thumbs up. The dancing bears, the dancing women, the clapping hands, all that stuff gives us immediate feedback, and we're very grateful for that, because it lets us know that we're hitting the nail on the head. We're always grateful for your all's feedback and your input. Thank you so much for all of that and more. All right, guys, with that being said, today is a very important subject matter. As we said, we're going to be talking about the numbers of network marketing. Okay. And one thing that we want you to do is have access to this content 24/7. Okay. And as you can see, here's a free ebook before we get started. MLM, it's a numbers game. They work for you or against you. And that's totally up to you. You either do them right or they're going to do their negative impact on your business. Okay. Because they don't care how much experience you have, how much knowledge you have, what kind of reputation you have. They don't care. They do what they do. They have since the inception of the industry. And guess what? If you're not going to use them correctly, they're going to work against you. And we'll talk about some examples today of how they work against you, and of course, how they will work with you if you do the numbers correctly. Okay. So if you want to get this free ebook, all you have to do is go right there and you can get a free ebook. There's no shenanigans. Fill out the form. There is a form to fill out. Fill it out. There is no shenanigans. I do not blindside people with sale emails. Okay. You will, no, I will say may, M-A-Y, a big may send you additional emails about free ebooks, other free ebooks that cover important business building information. Okay. I do not like writing these emails. I may not send you an email at all. You may have to go to the website to learn about the other free, or come to our podcast and to find out about the other free ebooks that we offer. Guys, I just don't like writing those emails, okay? And also can send you text messages with links to these these free items as well. So I may, and that is a big may, and I'm not playing games with you, I may send you additional notification about other free ebooks, okay? And as you know, we only bring information that will help you, and that's awesome, right? That's what you want. Today, you can get that right there. You can also go and get the free MLM. It's a numbers game at this page right here on our podcast replay page. You see the URL right there. For all of you on the podcast, it is themlmsolution.net/show replay. themlmsolution.net/show replay. Okay, it's spelled out SHOWREPLAY. And you will get a free ebook, or the numbers game ebook, right there as well. Plus, you can watch a replay of this podcast on that page. That's the reason why we put it there. People were requesting that, and so we made sure it was available to them. All right. So with that being said, guys, also, just so you know, at the top of the our website, you'll see a link to the podcast replay page. So there you go. That's an easier way to find it. All right. Enough of that. I just wanted to give you guys that insight real quick. And today we're going to be talking about some important things. And we're going to highlight some things here today that will help you guys out tremendously. Okay. And before we get started, just to let you know what tomorrow's subject is going to be: monitoring your back office. And you say, Rob, what's that got to do with Monday and today's topic? Well, it's got a lot to do with it, because monitoring your back office and knowing what numbers to look at will help you zero in on the people that are actually going to make your business grow. So you don't want to miss tomorrow's episode. Once again, tomorrow's topic, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, monitoring your back office. All right. So we're back to podcast 147, which is today's Network Marketing by the Numbers, part 2. Okay. And what we have here is, I'm going to go over some numbers. I'm going to put them up on the screen. For all of you on the podcast, I will obviously verbalize the numbers that you're going to be up on the screen. And I'm going to talk about each and every one of these, okay? Because you have to realize, once again, that the numbers play out no matter what. I keep hammering that. I cannot say it enough. It's absolutely critical to your success that you understand how the numbers work, okay? And here's the thing, people hear this stuff, and until they experience it, they won't believe it. Okay. And then in hindsight, they'll go, oh my gosh, I wish I'd have listened to him more. Only the smart people say, you know what, maybe there's something in what he's saying. Maybe there's something to these numbers. Maybe I need to pay attention. And here's a real life example of how this has happened. As you know, I'm the author of the famous What Not to Do in Network Marketing package. Okay. It's an ebook, 146 audios and videos, et cetera, et cetera. And I've had people over the years come up to me and say, Rob, that was a great book. the sad thing is that when I was building my business, I didn't read it, or I read a few pages of it and put it down because it didn't really impress me in regards to slapping me in the face saying, hey, you need to read this. It just seemed like good common sense things. In hindsight, that was a big mistake. As I look back, and just to let you know, Rob, I'm no longer in the business, but as I look back, I've realized the importance of that information. And if I'd have followed the information in that book, chances are I'd still be in the business. I've had other people come up and say, man, I wish I'd have paid attention to that book sooner and taken it more seriously, because I could have accomplished so much more in my business. I put myself behind. I hear stories like that all the time. And although I'm flattered that they finally read the book and they understand the value of the content, the thing is, it hurt my heart because they didn't take it seriously from day one, because it would have saved them a lot of heartache. It would have gotten them the results that they wanted. What not to do in network marketing automatically tells you what to do in network marketing, helping you to become a focused business building machine. And that's what we all want, right? Now, this is not a promo for what not to do in network marketing. Okay, here's the product that we're talking about, right? Right here, what not to do in network marketing. 146 paragraphs of the book, 146 audio files, and many training videos, okay? And as you can see, it's on sale right now. And if you want to go there, you're welcome to do that. This is not a promo, all right? The bottom line is that we have a situation where I'm letting all the people that are not aware of that product see what I'm talking about. Okay. So I don't want that to happen to you. In other words, all the people that came up to me and said, man, that was a great book. I wish I had read it. Wish I'd have paid attention to it. I wish I'd have taken it more seriously, etc. Okay. Today, we're going to be talking about the numbers, and I want you to be paying attention. I want you to take these seriously. And I want you to understand what's going on and what these numbers can do for you. All right. So with that being said, guys, let's talk about some numbers right off the bat. Okay. You have to realize that there are certain things that play out in life that we all understand and accept as the rule of law, if you will. And one of those rule of laws is the 80-20 rule. You can see it there on the screen. All of you on the podcast, I'm pointing to the 80-20 rule right now that's popped up on the screen. We all know what the 80-20 rule is. Here's a couple examples. 20% of the people will cause 80% of the problems that you have as a leader. Okay. 20% of the people will produce 80% of the product or the volume. Okay. 20% of the people cause 80% of the problems in society or the world, whatever the case may be. The 80-20 rule is accepted as a given. People know that it's not exact. If you do the numbers, it could end up being 19%. Let's say 21% and 79. Okay, it could be the 79-21 rule. Okay, it could be the 81-19 rule. Okay, but the bottom line is, it comes that when the numbers are tallied up, it's going to be real close to the 80-20 rule, and it is proven to be very accurate in many facets of life over the past few hundred years. Okay. People know about the 80-20 rule. They accept it. They understand it. When you say it, they smile and say, yep, okay, they get it. Guys, here's the bottom line. The 80-20 rule applies to network marketing as well in many different capacities. And you have to understand that you're going to have 20% of the people in your business that are going to create 80% of the volume that's going to provide the income that you need to live the lifestyle you want. So knowing that, you have to understand the numbers of network marketing, especially when it comes to the recruiting process and signing people up and working and identifying and working with leaders, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. And that leads us to another rule in the network marketing industry and really in life in general. Here it is, 97.3. Guys, on the podcast, once again, I'm pointing to the image of 97% and 3%. You say, Rob, what is that? Well, I remember when Mike Dillard and I were having a discussion many years ago at his place in Austin. Mike said, Mike listened to me and he said, hey, he realized that I was a hard worker. He realized I was committed. He realized that I was accomplishing things, but he also realized I had some weaknesses and didn't understand certain things or didn't know about certain things. And even though I knew that I needed to sponsor sharp people, I really didn't know how to focus in on those sharp people. I really didn't know how to, I didn't really know how the numbers played in that area. Okay. And here's the thing. Here's what he said. He said, Rob, I'm not worried about the 97 percenters. They're always going to be 97 percenters. I've got to focus on the 3 percenters. So all of my marketing and all of my attention is focused on what the 3 percenters want. And that hit me like a ton of bricks. Even though I inherently knew that on the inside until he verbalized it, I really did not get it. Remember, I was focusing on leaders. I was focusing on finding and sponsoring sharp people, but I really didn't understand that until he said it in a way that just knocked me upside the head. I got the numbers. Okay. And I was working the numbers without really realizing it. But when he said that, it crystallized for me. And I said, oh my gosh, that is absolutely right. I'm too broad in my prospecting process. I've got to narrow it down. I've got to look for those 3 percenters. Those are the people that are going to make my business go. Now, if you look at any industry at all, guys, you're going to find that 97% of the people will quit when they go to law school, when they go to medical school, when they go to a lot of, how would you say, when they're trying to take multiple career paths, they will, in fact, most people will quit for one reason or another. And some people, and there's nothing wrong with that. Some people, it's no different than when you have kids and you're taking them and they're playing the trombone and they say, no, I don't like that. Then they play the trumpet. No, I don't like that. Then they play the violin. No, I don't like that. Then they play the cello and they say, yep, that's what I like. And you're thinking, oh my gosh, why didn't you figure that out sooner? So I didn't have to spend all this money on all these different instruments. And we didn't go all to all of these practice sessions. Okay. And I wouldn't hire these music teachers and all this and that. But the child didn't know it until they picked up the cello and heard that first note and said, this is me. This is what I like. Okay. But they had to go through that other process in order to get to the cello. Well, it's no different. Guess what? In anything in life, people will go to law school, say, I want to be a lawyer. And then they realize, no, this ain't for me. Whether it was too much work or whether they didn't like where it was going or whatever the case may be. Same with med school, same with many industries, et cetera, et cetera. So you're going to have 97% of the people that are going to quit for one reason or another. And you're going to have 3% that are totally focused and committed on going through all the steps that are necessary to become a lawyer, become a doctor, become a fireman, or whatever a police officer, whatever the case may be. It doesn't matter what career path they choose. It's all going to end up, the numbers anyway, are all going to end up being the same thing. Okay. Well, guess what? In network marketing, you're going to have the same thing. What are you looking for when you're in the prospecting process? You're looking for what? The 3 percenters. What are the 3 percenters? High quality leads. I talk about them all the time. Those are the high quality people that you're looking for. Those are the high quality people that are used to success, setting goals and going after those goals. They're not afraid of success. They're committed. They're dedicated. They're willing to go through challenges to reach their goals. Okay. Those are the people that you want in your business. It doesn't mean that each and every one of those 3 percenters are going to be a large business. What it means is you want to fill up your business, your organization, with as many 3 percenters as you possibly can, because what will end up happening is out of those 3 percenters, you will get the 1 percenters. Okay. And you say, well, Rob, what do you mean? Well, look, everybody says the 1% income club. Okay. The top 1% of the income are, the top 1% earners. And I'm struggling a little bit yesterday and today. I don't know why I'm finding words. But anyway, the point is, if you hear financial markets talking about the top 1%, that's the top 1% of performers, top 1% earners. It is an elite, small field, meaning that 99% of the people around the globe do not have the money and success and the lifestyle that these 1 percenters do. Okay. And we could basically say it's people that are billionaires, because anymore being a multi-millionaire is not that big a deal. Okay. If you're really going to be a part of the 1% club across the world, I would say being a billionaire is something that would put you in that 1% club. So you guys get that, all right? Doesn't mean that you're a failure because you're not a part of the 1% club. What it means is that joining that 1% club is a very tough challenge indeed. So when you are out there and you're prospecting and you're doing the 97.3, when you sponsor a bunch of 3%ers, which are leaders, go-getters, focused people, motivated people, not afraid of success, et cetera, guess what? Out of that 3% people that you sign up, remember that's 5 and above on the scale of ambition. That's what the 3%ers are, okay? And you don't worry about the 97%ers. You don't try to drag a 97%er across the finish line. In other words, trying to get them to sign up. You let them be the best 97%er they are. We did an episode called saying don't try to change a 5 into a 10, meaning that somebody's identified themselves as a 5 and they're comfortable with that. No matter what you say, no matter what you do, you are not going to convince them to go from a 5 to a 10. That motivation has to come from within inside. And they'll contact you and say, Rob, I'm tired of only making a couple $100 a month in my business. I'm tired of making $50 a month in my business. You know what? I really see where there's potential here. I really want to give this thing a shot and I want to move forward. Okay. That's the type of people that go from a 5 to a 10. Okay. And so you say, Rob, why do you say that? Because look, you got to let go of the 97%ers. Your focus is too broad. When you use the music to the ears message, it's designed to do one thing, to attract the 3%ers and repel the 97%ers. That's what it's designed to do. That's the reason why it's so powerful. That's the reason why you can become a focused business building and recruiting machine, because your message, this in the scale of ambition paperwork, okay, and the threshold of profitability all work together to make the 3%ers to a number one, to identify the 3%ers, and then to make those 3%ers empower them to be very powerful and focused business building machines. Okay. That is what is taking place here. So you want to make sure that you do what? Focus on finding the 3%ers. Once again, if you use the music to the ears message, threshold of profitability, scale of ambition, you are good to go. Now, the 3%ers, as you sign more and more of those 3%ers up in your business, the one third that we talked about yesterday is going to have an effect on those 3%ers, which will ultimately put a few of those people in your organization in the 1% top performers club. Okay. Meaning that you're going to have 2 or 3 people that are going to produce 95% of your income. Okay. And that is the 1%ers. You sponsored all these people, and of all those people that you sponsored, only 1% became your top earners. Okay. But boy, what money they can create, what volume they can create. All right. And that is powerful, guys. That is what you're shooting for, but you have to work the numbers in order for that to happen. And I'm laying the numbers out for you right now. Now, as I said, these 3 people, okay, guys, on the podcast, I brought up 95% of your income. It's on the screen now. And you say to yourself, well, what does that mean? You have to understand before you start building your business that 95% of your income is going to come from 3 to 5 legs. Meaning that if you sponsor 60 people, that's 60 legs. Each leg has a vertical line that goes from the person that Rob signed up all the way down to the 7th or 8th level, 9th level, 10th level, whatever the company is paying out in the comp plan. Okay. So here's the thing. History has shown over and over that 3 to 5 legs will create 95% of your income. Well, that's exciting on one hand. That becomes your 1% club. Okay. Those people, those 3 to 5 people are your 1%ers. Okay. Everybody else in your business that has different size businesses, you'll have customers, small business, medium business, and then people going in to the big business. Okay. And that's how it works. Okay. That is a good, strong, stable business when you have a proper mixture of businesses at different levels. Okay. And so the thing is that 95% of your income is going to come out of 3 to 5 of those legs. Knowing that, you can prepare yourself to help stabilize those legs and hopefully expand that 3 to 5 legs to the 6, 7, 8 legs. And you say, why? Guys, if you want drink out of the coconut money, where you can month after month get a check that's going to be pretty consistent, you're going to have stability, obviously. In order to have stability, you're going to have 3 to 5 legs or more, because what happens is life gets in the way. And you say, what do you mean? Well, what if one of the people that is the head of that leg, in other words, I sponsored Sally. Sally developed a huge business. She's part of my 1%ers. She's part of the people that are the group that's creating 95% of the income that I live off of. Here's the thing. If Sally decides that she wants to go to a different company, then guess what? My business and my lifestyle and my income are going to take a hit. And if I have not created stability, that hit could be catastrophic to my lifestyle, my income, etc., and my ego. Okay? But those things happen. Or what if, unfortunately, Sally was to pass away? Okay? That business is gone. What if Sally gets a divorce and she has to sell her business or divide her business with her spouse in the divorce? Okay? There could be a major dip in Sally's volume. And there's a lack of leadership in that leg, and it may die just like a fruit on a tree, that has a dead branch. So you see where this could be a real problem. But you have to understand those numbers in advance, and that life could happen and that could take place. And what do? You, during the business building process, you build in a safety net, preparing for that potential life issue in your business. Okay. So there is a way around it. But once again, you have to realize that 95% of your income will end up coming from 3 to 5 legs. So with that being said, since you know the numbers in advance, you can prepare your business in advance. You can set up a safety net, and you can help build more stability in that business. Now, since you get 3 to 5 legs creates 95% of your income, guys, and you want stability, here's another number, an important number of network marketing. Has anybody ever told you this? All of you on the podcast, I now have up on the screen 3 leaders in a leg. And what does that mean? That means, since I know in advance that I need 3 leaders minimum in each leg, that means during the business building process, which means doing doing your phase 1 business building process, which is what? 90-day mini blast, your first 90-day mini blast. Guess what? I know in the back of my head that I got to identify and work with leaders. When I identify and those leaders allow me to work with them, what am I going to do? I'm going to drive their business deep, meaning that I'm going to say, hey, Sally, since she's new, okay, in this scenario, she's new, she doesn't understand the business, but she's a go-getter. She's willing to work with me. And I say, Sally, let's do a Zoom meeting. Let's do a webinar. Let's do something where you get multiple people on a call or video call, whatever, video conference call. And Sally, here's what we're going to do. I want to do a presentation for you. You invite 10 people, and I will do the music to the earth message and blah, 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 blah. And I will help you get your business started. Okay. And you could do it on a telephone. You can do it on use any type of technology. You could do it in person, locally, maybe even regionally, whatever the case may be. The thing is that you want to work with Sally in some capacity to help get her business going. Okay. And since she really doesn't understand the business and she doesn't really have any success, she's going to lean on what? Rob, someone who has success, someone who has knowledge, who has a presence and has the ability to verbalize what the opportunity is for these new people that are looking at this opportunity. Rob lays it out, okay? And Sally's grateful for that. And out of the 10 people, let's say we get 2 or 3, maybe 4 to sign up, okay? What am I doing? I'm helping Sally not only learn the business, okay, and I'm teaching her the business. I'm saying, okay, Sally, out of this, you want to use the scale of ambition, and here's how you do it. Here's the purpose of the scale of ambition. Here's the importance of the scale of ambition. And this is what you're looking for in these individuals to help you identify 5 and above on that scale of ambition. Those are the people, Sally, that you want in your business. Okay. And it doesn't mean that she discards other people. If out of if we had 10 people on the call, let's say 4 people sign up. Out of those 4 people, she has one that is a 5 and above. That's good. That's great. That's fantastic. She should be jumping up and down. Okay. Now you have to understand that maybe the other 3 people, some of them become customers. Some of them might be a small business builder. One may build a medium-sized business. Doesn't mean that the other 3 people are failures. What it means is that you have one person out of the 4 that signed up that's ready to go now. They're saying, hey, let's get this thing rocking. Okay. And guess what? You should be jumping up and down. So if Miss Sally has one person out of the 4 she signed up that's ready to rock and roll, what do? We get with them, and I work with Sally, and we work with this new person, let's say Dave. And Dave says, Sally, I'm ready to go. Let's get a Zoom meeting going. I've got people that I can get on there right away. And guess what? Sally says, Rob, can you do it again? I'm sure, Sally, I'll be more than happy to. Okay, so then do another Zoom meeting. Dave brings 15 people on, and Dave is Sally's first sign up. And so Sally is Dave's sponsor, and I'm Sally's sponsor, but I'm helping Sally and training her at the same time. And so now I'm working in Dave's business because Sally's not comfortable doing this Zoom meeting yet. So what am I doing here? As a leader, I'm driving her leg deep, and I'm looking for leaders in or below Sally. And I'm trying to get below Dave by helping Dave with his new people on the Zoom meeting. And if Dave gets, out of those 15, if Dave gets 3 to 5 people to sign up, then Dave may say, hey, Rob, can you help do a Zoom meeting with my new person, Dan? Okay. And Dan wants to start rocking this thing. Can you help us? Because Sally's not comfortable doing it yet. Sure, Dave, I'll be more than happy to help Dan do a Zoom meeting. And so we repeat the process. You see what I'm doing? I'm getting underneath Sally to Dave, and then I'm getting underneath Dave by working with Dan. Okay. And this is all voluntary. Everybody knows that this is happening. Everybody's on board with it. There's no shenanigans taking place here, guys. What am I doing? I'm working the numbers. And what am I trying to do? I'm trying to find 3 leaders, and I'm pointing to it, guys, on the podcast, 3 leaders in a leg. I'm trying to develop stability in that leg by having at least, I said the word, 2 words, at least 3 leaders in a leg. And you say, why is that important? Because once again, life gets in the way, divorce, death, quit, whatever the case may be, in that leg. And if Sally's leg ends up being huge, where she's creating 50,000, 100,000 PV per month, and I'm making a ton of money off of that volume, well, guess what? I don't want her going anywhere. But if something happens to Sally, I want Dave and Dan to be there. And they'll say, well, Sally may be gone, but I'm going to stay here because I really enjoy Rob. Rob really knows what he's doing, and I really got a good thing going here. And I don't feel like building another network marketing business. I'm just going to stay here and enjoy the fruits of my labor. Okay. And that's what I want. I want Dan and Dave and whoever else comes up as a leader in that leg to stabilize that leg, even if Sally leaves, whether it's on her own decision or whether life brings that decision on her. So you see what I'm saying? 3 leaders in a leg equals stability. Well, I know that in advance. I know the numbers in advance. And in order for me to build a profitable and successful and stable business, I have to have 3 leaders in each one of my most profitable legs. Okay. And those 3 to 5 legs create what? 95% of my income. So do you see how the numbers are playing out? Do you see how they're tied together? Do you understand how they're making things happen here on their own because I worked the numbers? Okay. If I don't look for 3 leaders, if I don't drive Sally's business deep, and I'm like, you know what, Sally, you can worry about that. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to continue to sponsor more people, and I'm going to sponsor as many people as I can. Sally can figure that out on her own. Guess what? She may be one of my big volume creators, one of my big leaders, But guess what? If she doesn't know anything about stability, if she didn't know anything about the 3 liters in a leg, guess what? She's not going to do it because she doesn't understand it. She's not going to work on it. She's not going to relay that important message to her downline so they can develop 3 liters in a leg, meaning that you have liters deep in depth in that leg, offering all kinds of incredible stability. But if if Sally doesn't know that and she doesn't work on it, guess what? You can end up losing that leg and your business could be really rocky and not recover when Sally leaves. Okay? Because she took that huge volume in her organization with her, and man, your business took a hit. And there's no way to recreate that moment, that momentum. The company has matured. The excitement about the product, the comp plan, the newness is worn off. The product excitement is worn off. So it'd be really hard to recreate that excitement that took place when you were working with Sally and when the company was new. So you can see where there could be a devastating blow to your business and your income and your lifestyle if you did not work with Sally from day one in developing 3 liters in a leg, which effectively had an impact on your 95% of your income level through Sally. All right. So that's one of the numbers that you need to know about that's very important. Let's look at another one. 70% of the wealth for the company and an individual is created in a phase 1 company. Now let's take a quick look at that so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, here we are on the screen, guys. For all you on the podcast, to do my best to verbally describe what is on the screen right now. Guys, here it is. Timing, not positioning, is everything. Timing, not positioning, is everything. If you're going to maximize the opportunity of a new company, guess what? You're going to have to understand that there's 3 different phases in a company. Obviously, phase 1 is when it's new. And as you can see by this graphic here, it's in the corner, you have the start day, which is day number 1, all the way up to year number 5. And then a phase 1 company, typically at year 5, at the max year 7, starts to transition over to a phase 2 company, where if it's fortunate enough to stick around a long time, in year 13 to 15, it will start the transition over to a mature company, which is a phase 3 company. There's 3 distinct phases of the growth process of a company, from the day it opens its doors to the time that it's a 50-year-old company, much like Amway, Nu Skin, Mary Kay, Metallica, Herbalife, etc. All right, so with that being said, look where it's 70% of the income's created. Right there, from the day they open their door to year 5, and it can be stretched out to year 7. In Nu Skin's case, they were identified by Success Magazine as a hyper-growth company, and their growth lasted 10 years, where they went from 0 to well over $1 billion in 10 short years. Okay, and they continue to be a multi-billion-dollar international company. It's one of the stalwarts of the industry. And kudos to them. That's a great story. There's more to that story, which I'll tell some other time. But here's the thing. 70% of the wealth is created in the first 1 to 3 to maximum 5 years, possibly 7. Okay. And knowing the numbers right off the bat, you want to do what? You want to catch a phase 1 company. Why? Because 70% of the wealth for the company and the individual is created during that time frame. Here it is on the screen right now. 70% of the wealth for company individuals created in the first or phase 1 company. Guys, there it is right there. That's the reason why we constantly harp on. You got to understand that the process, the business building process, the time commitment, the work ethic, the tools that you use, the business building process you use is all the same in a phase 1 company as it is a phase 3 company. But as you can see, there's a whole lot more money available in a phase 1 company than there is in a phase 3 company. You have a legitimate chance to create an incredible lifestyle and immense wealth in a phase 1 company. In phase 3, maybe you can do that. Maybe 1 out of 1,000 new distributors that come into like Amway might have the chance to create wealth. Okay, it's very small because the company has what I call flatline growth. And I'll just show you real quick what I'm talking about there so that you can see what I'm talking about, but I'm not going to take much time off here. You can see where the blue line there is an old company, okay? And you can see it's 1 to 5% annually. Sometimes it's 0.5%. In other words, half of 1%, okay? Sometimes it's in the negative, okay? A new company, as you can see by the yellow line, goes through a lot of volatility because it's a new company. It's trying to get its feet under itself. It's trying to gain traction. And guess what? You're going to have a lot of ups and downs with the new company, but the rewards can be immense, okay? And so you can see with this graph how the chances of creating wealth is far greater with a new company because the explosive volatile growth that's taken place from phase 1 to phase 2, okay? And that's the importance of timing. Remember, we always talk about, look at this slide, timing, not positioning is everything. We did an episode not long ago about timing, not positioning is critical to understand that. You want to join a company at the proper time, a new company, because since the work ethic and all the tools are the same, why not make as much money as you possibly can as quick as you can? You can do that in a phase 1 company. That's the reason why we're always talking about it. There again, as you can see, there's a lot of numbers there. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. You have to understand the numbers in network marketing if you're going to maximize the opportunity that a new company provides you. And knowing that 70% of the wealth is created in the first 3 to 5 years of a new company tells you a lot. Saying, get my butt in gear. If I'm going to be a part of this industry and I want this incredible lifestyle, I got to look for a new company and jump on it because 70% of the wealth is created there. And it dramatically drops in phase 2. As you can see, only 20% there's only a 20% chance of creating wealth. Okay, so your chances of creating wealth in a phase 2 company drops dramatically. Still possible, but guess what? It's in a transitional phase and it's starting to level out. Okay, tough to create wealth in that scenario. So once again, what does that graph tell you? The numbers in network marketing. It tells you a story. Okay, and you have to look at that story, understand it, and what? You want to make sure that you use the numbers to your favor. Once again, you have 1 to 3 years, 5 max, to take advantage of the financial opportunity that new company provides you. Okay, so let's look at it. You say, okay, I've joined a new company. I understand 70% of the wealth is created in a phase 1 company. I get it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to look for a company, et cetera, et cetera. Guess what? What's your goal after you join that new company? Guys, look, there's a 90-day mini blast that we promote all the time. There's a reason why the professional business builders use it. There's those numbers again, 90 days. Why is it 90 days? Because the company has 90-day goals themselves. They have quarterly goals. And they're going to say, hey, we're going to try and do 20 million during this quarter. Okay. And this is how we're going to do this. And they're going to do everything they can to lead that company into that $20 million a month category. And guess what? You are also looking at your business and saying, hey, in the next 90 days, I want to accomplish the following, meaning that you and the company have 90-day goals that are going to coincide. The company wants to grow. The company wants to move more product. You want your organization to move more product because product creates volume. Well, product movement creates volume. You get paid on volume, right? So the more product you move, guess what? The more you're going to get paid. So remember, your goal, if you use our 90-day goal sheets and you fill them out correctly, which those goal sheets are phenomenal. They take full advantage of the 90-day mini blast business building tactic. But your goal is to create 10,000 group volume. You say, oh my gosh, that's so much. How do I do that? That's astronomical. You're going to use the thing that I developed years ago that we promote, the threshold of profitability, meaning you want 100 people doing 100 PV per month. Okay. And you say, oh my gosh, that sounds so daunting. How do I make that happen? What do I have to do? That's crazy, and I totally get that. I understand. But you have to understand something as well. It's done all the time. This is not an astronomical, unbelievable, crazy number. It's accomplished all the time. You just have to know how to do it like anything else. And you have to know how to fill out the forms. Now here, as you can see, you have a situation where you have a bunch of people in your downline. You're right there at the top, obviously, and all these people in your downline. Well, guess what? It's not just your frontline people. In this example here, you're highlighted in red, and the first 3 people in your front line are highlighted in red. But because these 3 people are active, they, as you can see, are building a growing organization. Guess what? Your 100 people that will do 100 PV are going to be the people that are 5 and above on the scale of ambition. And because you showed them and told them, as we talked about yesterday's episode, go back, listen to it. We said, hey, if you show people why they want to do 100 PV per month, and they see the income that 100 people doing 100 PV can create, they'll say, oh my gosh, I can do that. Well, here's the thing. You got to help them to understand that it's not just your frontline people that are doing the 100 PV per month. Some of your people that you sponsor will not do 100 PV per month, okay? But your leaders will, because you took the time to tell them they have the money, they understand the numbers, they're used to success, they get the numbers. They're, most leaders are in a position right now where numbers are very important to their success, so they get it. They understand that 100 times 100 is in fact 10,000, and they see how easy it is to create the 10,000 group volume or the 100 individual group volume with the company's product line. So they say, well, that's easy. I'm just going to replace the toothpaste that I get with the company toothpaste. I'm going to replace the hairspray we use with the company hairspray. Replace the deodorant I get with the company's deodorant. In other words, I'm going to replace everyday items with the company everyday items, and I'll easily go over 100 PV per month because I spend that anyway. They're not adding an extra expense into their family budget. What they're doing is just moving that $100 from the retail environment into their network marketing company. Okay. And so they're creating that 100 PV, and they can see easily how other people will do the same. And they say, I can do that. I can get 100 people to do 100 PV per month. Okay. That was easy to do, no brainer. And I see the power of that 100, 100. In other words, 100 people doing 100 PV. Talk about it right here. You can see it. That equals 10,000 group volume. And then when they look at the comp plan and they say, wow, this is what I get paid by creating that 100 people doing that 100 PV per month. And guess what? They're going to say, wow, I can do that. That's the money I'm going to make right there. The comp plan says they're going to pay me. The company says they're going to pay me that amount of money when I create 10,000 group volume. Guys, that is, in fact, one of the goals in the 90-day mini blast. Let me give you an example. Here's a 90-day master goal sheet. As you can see, it has the number of people to sponsor, the number of leaders in the business you want. These are your goals on the left. Number of pins in the business that you want, your own pin level, the income that you want to achieve, the personal volume that you're going to do. In other words, are you going to do 100 or are you going to do 115? Okay. The group volume you want to shoot for, that's where the 10,000 group volume goes for. Number of people on auto ship, number of people doing 100 PV. Guess what? Those are all goals. And on the right side, there's the results. Okay. At the end of the 90 days. Okay. In that way, and we have a progress sheet right here. See, business progress graph. Why do I show that to you? Because guess what? We have a roadmap to success in this industry, and it's all based on the numbers, and you're monitoring the numbers with this right here. Okay. There it is, progress. And there's the two. There's the progress. It's a different, these two go together, sheet 1, sheet number 3, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. All right. So there you go. There's the things that identify the numbers that are important in this business, right? And another important number is the 5 simple steps. Here they are right here, the 5 simple steps. There, point A is where you are right now. Point B is where you want to go. And look, there's numbers again, 5 simple steps. That's it, guys. That's it. And once again, you have to understand the numbers. And people will, when you identify a person that's 5 and above on the scale of ambition, and they say, well, what do? You say you got an easy system. How do you make this business go? You say, I got 5 easy steps. That's it. It doesn't take a lot of time. I can train you on these 5 easy steps within an hour. Are you kidding me? No, I'm serious. I can train you on these 5 easy steps within an hour. Okay. And here's the thing that helps people get started quickly. It doesn't bog them down with training. It's not complex. It's not complicated. It's not time consuming. You get new people signed up that are 5 and above in the scale of ambition. They're ready to go. When they see the simple steps that are necessary to make this business go, they're going to say, oh my gosh, that's easy. I can maintain my job. I won't get stressed out. I can put in the hours after my job into these 5 simple steps, and I can leverage my time and my abilities and my talents through this business model, and I can see where I can create something special in 90 days. Okay, so the 90-day mini blast is set up to create speed and urgency, which allows your business to catch traction, also allows you to put in a success foundation. And when your business catches traction, because of speed and urgency, it'll start on the exponential growth. Why is that important? Because guess what? You're doing a 90-day mini blast while a company is doing their 90-day quarterly goals. Okay, they're trying to grow at the same time that you're trying to go. You're working hand in hand. There's a synergy that takes place. This phenomenal, intangible thing that takes over the whole business building process when you're with a new company. With an old company, it's hard to do. Okay, do you understand how the numbers are coming together? Do you understand how they all work together? As you can see, guys, then you can understand right away. You understand when you go into a new company that it's a new company is going to be the most profitable in the first 3 to 5 years. You know that 70% of the wealth is created in that time frame. You know that you have to get your butt in gear with a new company in the business building process because it's only going to be in the phase 1 growth cycle for a limited time. Okay, there's a number again, phase 1. You know that you have to what? Focus in on 3 percenters, which means you're going to use the scale of ambition to find your 3 percenters, which is going to help you be a focused business building machine, a focused prospecting machine that knows the type of people that it's looking for, meaning that you're going to reach success quicker than other people because you know exactly what you're doing, you know how to do it, and you know that what the numbers are, and you're shooting for those numbers. You're not worried about the 97 percenters. You want to focus on the 3 percenters. And you understand that the music to the ears message is designed specifically to attract 3 percenters and repel the 97 percenters. You see how the numbers are working? As I go into, if I was to go into the industry today, I inherently and automatically know these numbers. And I understand the power of using the music to the ears message. I understand the power of doing the 5 simple steps. I understand all these things and how they all work together. Guess what? I know the 80-20 rule. Okay. And because I know these rules, I'm not wasting my time on the 97 percenters. I know that 20% of the people in my organization, if I build a huge organization, 20% of the people are going to create 80% of the volume that I'm going to get paid on. Okay. I know that if I'm going to have stability in my business and be able to enjoy a residual income machine for the next 3 to 5, 7, maybe 10 years, if I'm lucky, guess what? I got to have stability. If I'm going to have stability, I need to do what? I need to identify and work with leaders that will allow me to work with them and help them drive their businesses deep so they have at least 3 leaders in each leg, okay, and teach them the same thing so that they have stability and profitability in their business. Speaking of profitability, what am I going to do? How am I going to be profitable from day one? Well, there's a number called the threshold of profitability, which is 100. We talked about it. There it is right there. 100 PV. I got to do 100 PV myself. That's my responsibility. It's my investment into my company, my future, okay, and my business. Here's the thing. I got to do 100 PV. I understand that 100 times. I am so sorry. Drainage. I have allergies and sinus issues. I am so sorry. Anyway, I know that 100 people times 100 people is going to create 10,000 group volume. I know that when I reach that 10,000 group volume during the 90-day mini blast, that I'm setting a foundation of success in place where my business can go into exponential growth. Excuse me, into exponential growth. I know that that 10,000 group volume is the gateway into the big time. So there's a number of reasons why that number is important. There again, there's numbers, 10,000 group volume. It is a goal. I showed you guys how you want to sponsor 60. Yesterday, we talked about sponsoring 60 people in 90 days. There again, there's numbers. Why is that important? To sponsor 60 people in 90 days, you got to get your butt in gear, meaning you have to have a constant source of high quality leads. meaning that you got to use the music to the ears message to quickly identify the people that are 5 and above in the scale of ambition. Understanding that speed and urgency is imperative to your success during that 90-day period, that you are going to focus in on who? The 3 percenters, the people that are 5 and above in the scale of ambition. Okay. And all of these numbers tell you what to do, tell you what the results should be. And that way you can monitor yourself, you can monitor the progress, and you can say, hey, I'm either right on target, or hey, I'm a little bit behind, or hey, I'm a little bit ahead. In either one of those scenarios, you don't want to slow down during the 90-day mini blast thinking you got it made. The thing is that it tells you during that 90-day period where you are in the numbers game, okay, and what needs to be adjusted and what needs to be addressed, okay? Realize that 2 years will go by very quickly during this process. You got to understand another thing. There's 5 phases in the business building process, okay? Actually 4, but 5 is a legacy position, which we get into in another episode. But you have phase 1, which is your first 90-day mini blast. Phase 2 is identifying and working with your leaders. Okay. Phase 3, if you so choose, if you're with a new company, is a second 90-day mini blast. And then phase 4 is once again identifying and working with your leaders. Okay. It's just a rinse and repeat process. And you say, well, why would you want to do phase 3 and 4? Guys, here's the thing. If you want to maximize the opportunity that a new company provides you, the financial opportunity a new company provides you, and you want to set yourself up for life and possibly create wealth, phase 3 and phase 4 may be absolutely necessary. You may be one of the lucky few that can do a phase 1 and phase 2 business building process and maximize that company's comp plan. But a lot of people are going to have to do a phase 3, phase 4. That is an option. You don't have to do it. It's just an option. If you're happy with the income and the lifestyle that you have after phase 1 and 2, you're good to go. Okay, but if you say, no, I'm going to have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be on this ride, I got momentum going, and you know what? I need to maximize this thing. I need to take it to the limit. I'm going to do phase 3 and 4. That is totally a personal call, something that you will make a decision on once you get to that point. But there's 4 phases. Okay, there again, there's numbers. You know that up front. Guess what? You know there's 4 phases. You know that it's designed to maximize the financial opportunity of a new company. Okay, and you know what those 4 phases are. It gives you a sense of confidence, gives you a sense of comfort. It tells you, hey, I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional. I'm not a network marketer. I'm a professional business builder. I understand how this business works. I understand the numbers of the business. I understand that I have to work with the numbers. Okay. And one last thing is a close, because we've taken much longer than I anticipated. But as you can tell, this is a deep number, and there's more numbers in network marketing. I'm just highlighting the ones that are really important, the ones that are concerning to you at this point. But understand, let me give you an example. As we closed out yesterday's episode, I used this example. I'm going to do it again today. I'm going to sponsor 60 people in 90 days. One third is going to take place. 1/3, in case you guys don't know, 1/3 means the first 1/3 means people are going to take 1/3 of those 60 people are going to take action right away. Whether that's a small business, medium business, a large business, or a customer is yet to be determined. But 1/3 of those 60 people are going to take action right away. A second third will do it later. They're going to be sidetracked for whatever reason, and they typically come on later on. The last third will never do it. They'll either be customers or they'll just go away, whatever the case may be. Okay. Here's the thing. When you know that, that means you're going to, out of 60 people, you're going to have 18 people going to take action right away in some form, in shape, whatever. The thing is that once again, you're going to have a mixture of people, of activity in those people, those 18 people. All right. Knowing that, you also know that the second third, okay, which means that there could possibly be another 18 people coming on later on. You cannot wait on that second third. What do? You focus in on the people that are taking immediate action, because if you leave them alone, you're going to what? They're going to what? They're going to think, well, Rob doesn't care about me. He just thinks I'm a number. He got my money. When I join, he's gone. No, if you work with them and say, hey, I'm here for you. Let's work together. Let's do. You know what? You work with them until they say, stop calling me, stop contacting me, whatever the case may be. Okay. But at least you did your part. What did you do? You worked with those first 18 people until they told you to stop. Out of those 18 people, you're going to get 2 or 3, because once again, the 1/3 is going to work on those 18 people. Okay. And 3 times 18 is 54. meaning 5.4 people. So we'll round it down to 5, meaning out of the 18 people, you'll have 5 that will typically take massive action in some way. Okay. So what does that tell me when I know that in advance? It tells me, guys, that when I join a new company, since I know the numbers, I know that I need to focus on what? Sponsoring 60 people in 90 days. Why? Because I know what the one third is going to do to those 60 people. And I know the number of people they're going to take immediate action, and that's what I want. Okay. If I sponsor anything less than 60 people, guess what? Those numbers shrink. For instance, if I only sponsor 20 people in 90 days, that means that I only have, guess what? What is 1/3 of 20? It's 6 people. Okay. What's 1/3 of 6 people? Okay. It's 2, meaning that I only have 2 people. And guess what? The chances of those 2 people creating a large business that I can depend on and get paid on is going to be pretty slim. And the numbers are not in my favor. And if one or the 2 of those people decide to leave, my volume goes from this to that. Okay. All right. Guys, you see how the numbers, if you don't work the numbers, I sponsored 20 over a 90-day period instead of 60. I didn't work the numbers. When I sponsored 60 people in 90 days, I did work the numbers. Now the 1/3 is going to work on a much larger scale, which is going to work in my favor. That's the way the numbers work. They have from day one in this industry. They're going to continue to do this until this world stops turning. Okay. So the bottom line is, guys, is that if you understand the numbers of network marketing, you can see how it can be a great advantage to you. You can see how you can build a profitable business and where your chances of building a profitable and successful business goes way up. Okay. And that's what you want, right? You don't want to waste your time building something that's not going to work, right? So the bottom line is this, guys, we got to make sure that you understand the numbers. It's the only way to make this business work for you instead of against you. So with that being said, I'm going to hop off of here. Been on here long enough. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for understanding. Understand that tomorrow we're going to be talking about monitoring your back office, which is still part of the numbers game, because monitoring your back office properly is going to help you stabilize your business, work with your leaders, and also help you identify problem areas. And those are the things that will help stabilize your business, help it remain profitable, efficient, and be effective. So you don't want to miss tomorrow's episode. Once again, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget that, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you will, please utilize hashtag the MLM Solution. You can see it on the screen there. Go to our website, hit the share button. Help us get the word out to our fellow network marketers across the globe so that they too can have access to this wonderful information, and share this episode with them. You can see where this is really powerful. Once again, you can go to this page right here. You actually go to our website, because at the top of the menu, top of the page of our website, you'll see where it says podcast replay. Click that button. You'll be able to go there and get your free copy of MLM. It's a numbers game. All right. Your free copy, MLM. It's a numbers game. And yes, I understand the title in this particular example is wrong. That is a boo-boo I made. Sometimes I'm working late at night and I make boo-boos like that. And you can tell network marketing and MLM are the same thing, right? So the bottom line is to go there and get your free book. It covers what we talked about today. What a great reference thing to have in your library, right? This document, so that you can refer back to it and always refresh yourself on the numbers of network marketing. Go there today, guys, and get your free copy. And as I said, there are no sale emails that will come your way. I don't like them. I'm not going to do that to you. Matter of fact, I don't even like filling those things out. Okay. Also, you can go here to this right here, and you can see the URL right there, themlmsolution.net/numbers, themlmsolution.net/numbers, and you'll be able to get access to the same document. So you have 2 ways that you can get the free document. We put the podcast replay page up because people requested it. Also, we talked about the scale of ambition. You can see it right there, scale of 1 to 10. And you can also go there and get that as well. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for your time. I'm sorry that this took as long as it did. You know that we don't take this long. but this was an important subject that you needed to know. And I wanted to make sure I covered the basics. And yes, that's all we did today and yesterday was cover the basics. My gosh, there's so many other numbers in network marketing. It's not even funny, but we're not going to get into that. So with that being said, guys, we're going to hop off of here. Thank you so much for everything. Continue to support us by sharing our content and subscribing to our channels. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. As always, you guys take care. Be safe. God bless.
Thank you for listening to the MLM Solution Podcast. For more info, visit our website, themlmsolution.net. Please follow us on the following platforms: Facebook, YouTube, etc. And share this podcast with our fellow network marketers around the world by hitting the share button on our various platforms.